Okay, today is Tuesday, July 1st, 2025. A few more days to the grand apocalypse brought to you by Richie from Boston. But are there any channels out there talking about this illegals camp they're building in the Everglades that's supposed to hold up to 5,000 people? I know it's going to be a FEMA camp someday. And all these people that are against FEMA camps, are you okay with them setting up a camp for illegals that they round up? Points to ponder. And another thing about this I find funny is there's people out protesting against rounding up illegals to begin with. You got people that are worried about them destroying the Everglades, and there's apparently a Native American tribe or two out there, which I think is funny because they're going to use the existing asphalt. They're going to use the existing asphalt and runway for everything they're doing. How much destruction was done when they built that airport? They had to level the land, dig underground to put in water and sewer and electrical. I don't know if they protested back then, but it's just funny. Now they're going to, come on. Anyway, let's move on to some of the gooder stuff. Okay, I'm going to show a couple pictures I took off the news when they were hunting for that dude that shot those Idaho firefighters. I do not think I got any pictures. They had two of their armored vehicles there. But look at all the cops that are up there. They said they had hundreds of them, so there's over 200. I want to point, this is exactly the kind of shit I point out when people say, oh my God, they're going to outlaw guns and do gun confiscation. Look what happens every time. This one dude gets over 200 law enforcement. Whenever you see a car chase, one guy with the gun, one guy barricaded in his car, his house, 10, 20, 30 cops, their AMRAP, whatever they call them, armored vehicles. Stop that nonsense with gun confiscation. Actually, they've let go of it recently. And, the birthright shit. We got to see what comes up with that within the next 30 days. Because that was a ruling in the old Trumpy's favor to get the lower courts off his back and gender or whatever. His shit's working. So, okay, let's keep rolling. Okay, you want to see and hear something completely nonsensical from old Richie from Boston's latest video. Listen to what he says here about this meteor or space debris or whatever it was that came down.
Earthquake. To me, that appears to be some sort of a kinetic energy weapon or the rod of God.
It's the rod of God.
The weapon the Air Force came up with that I showed you years ago. You see this?
He showed it to us years ago. Now look at the devastation there.
It's really strange that the illustration they show looks exactly what we just saw in real life. Do you see what I'm saying?
It looks exactly like it.
And I say that biblical cosmology is important.
It goes in the Bible and the dome. Let's skip.
We've never known that happened, but we do know that this happened. Everybody saw this, and it felt like an earthquake. Is exactly what a kinetic energy weapon, a massive tungsten rod.
Boy, that looks exactly like that, doesn't it? But people these retards that watch these channels just gloss over it. Well, it might not be the same thing, but it is. And okay, Richie does address in here. Maybe we dropped one on Iran, and maybe not. We don't know. We don't know if they have these or not, but we do. Okay, we got these tungsten rods. We have DEWs. We have lasers. We have HARP. We have hypersonic and supersonic missiles. We have all these various viruses that they claim, all these truthers, all the years claim they're going to use on us or have. Then why don't they do it? They can wipe us all out. Why not do it? They could wipe out Russia and China in a second, couldn't they? According to all the shit they claim they have and can do. So why haven't they done it? Frickin' stop it. But let's move on and see more retarded stuff from RFB. The truther for God. Okay, going back towards the beginning of this video, watch what Richie shows him this dude that Richie says is Muslim. Or could be, who gives a shit.
This. At any rate, look at this.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Just 4 days. Left 4 days. And who I am, that's not your business. You only need to keep in your mind what's gonna happen in 4 days.
So this dude has been posting on TikTok, and this has gone all over the internet. He's doing a countdown, and he's saying that in 4 days, something horrible is going to happen. He appears to be of Israeli descent, if I had to guess, judging by the nose and the accent. But this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with right now. Is this a psyop?
He's all over the internet. I haven't seen it till just now. I'm sure the other truthers are starting to pick it up. A few more seconds here.
To tell. You see what I'm saying? It's very tough to tell. But it falls exactly in line with the 4th of July, like I was kind of thinking.
Oh, I was kind of thinking 4th of July. No, Richie from Boston is promising a major event on the 4th of July. Promising. I've showed it. He said it, Richie's own mouth. Are they really going to kill 280,000? Yes, they are. Well, don't you want a bigger event than that? It's a new bio attack. Oh, my God. Richie doesn't like the dude. Probably he's a false flag. Who knows? But he's going to use him because he's doing a count. Go into BitChute and that little search engine, put July 4th and scroll back. And that's where somebody else started this horse shit, but Richie just pouring it. I'm going to go towards the end of the video where he mentions this guy again. Now later in his video, he's going to mention dude again. And I'm mentioning it because of the reason he's mentioning it, but hold on.
This is going to be insane because we're going to get hit from every single solitary side. We've got some crazy anonymous jerk-off on TikTok claiming that he's doing a 5-day countdown, of which we're in the 3rd day right now, or 2nd day. I can't even keep track anymore because it's insane. I've been trying to ready.
He's some crazy anonymous jerk-off, but I'm going to use him, and I'm going to mention him twice. Even though I don't like him, he might be fear porn like me, like Richie, or just a shill. But I'm going to mention him because he's doing a countdown because it backs up my countdown. You know what? When nothing happens over this weekend, I mean, we could have a shooting or this. I want to say this again. If we have all these sleeper cells here from different countries, they've been pissed off all these years. Why hasn't anything major happened? Why aren't these Iranian or Chinese or Russian sleeper cells awakening and doing this and that, like an Invasion USA, like I said before, and all these movies where they show terror attacks? And that's because the CIA and the FBI and Homeland Security are so good at what they do, they stop and know everything. Bullshit. If they wanted to do that, they would do it here. Even if it's just an individual pissed off because we're over there fucking with their countries for years. But let's pause here. Okay, now here's Richie, and they've addressed this before, meaning the Christians, on why they're shooting rockets into space, non-space.
Concerned, and they don't understand why SpaceX's rockets look so much different than NASA's rockets. Well, because they're not rockets at all. These guys are trying to break through the firmament. You can watch them doing it right here. This is not the launch of a spacecraft trying to make its way to Mars, okay? This is men on Earth actively and out in the open trying to break through the firmament, and you can actually see it.
Let's say there was a firmament, and over X amount of years, Russia, China, the U.S., the major countries have been trying to break through the firmament. You wouldn't think they would have gave up by now because they realized they couldn't break through the firmament. Because if there was a firmament, then they would believe in the Bible, they would believe in God. Thus, you would believe that you can't break through the firmament. I mean, it's all nonsensical, right? But no, not to these retards. Oh, what else was I going to say? Oh, hang on. There's something. Here's Richie showing a clip that others have shown before. I think this is some sort of Texas militia group or something. Yeah. Anyway, let's go see what he says here.
This transmission. Oh, it's getting ugly out here, guys.
No, don't listen. I want you to listen to Richie.
See you guys.
So, unlike other channels, I actually went to these places. I actually go to all these hot spots. When I saw all those Iranians being detained, I went down to the Mexican border.
Richie goes to all the hot spots. Richie has never, ever been to a hot spot. Well, it was a hot spot. And he proves that in this video. I'll show you.
With Texas and Eagle Pass. And they weren't sneaking through the border at this point because too many people had eyes on this. So they just started flying.
Well, duh. That's because you went down there afterwards. Richie's never going to go do something. Come on. You got your drone. You could, like I said, you could look for lost children. You could help find illegals. I mean, anything, but nope.
Flying them in. They paid $300-something million to fly in.
I don't know what those, I want to show something.
This is where things got even more. It was every area.
Hang on. Oh, come on. Here's Richie at the border.
Work off on TikTok narrative.
Oops, I went the wrong way.
Think about this.
I should have paused.
I don't know. Here.
And here in the same video, here was Richie at the border when nothing was going on. And he was down there during the event. It was a hot spot.
You of the time I was down at the Mexican border last year, what was coming through absolutely every place. 1% is bad. That's still an enormous amount.
Oh, so he shows some military people out there, Texas Rangers or border, whatever the hell these guys. Richie's never been anywhere during an event. Oh, he did one video. He was visiting he was leeching off of some friend. He was in their garage and he was at the outer end of a hurricane or some shit, acting like he's in the midst of things. That dude's nothing but a proven, legitimate, by his own words, by his own actions, fraud, shill, punk, scammer, snake oil salesman. That's all he is. That's all any of these people are. But let's go on. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Okay. Let's say something were to happen on the 4th, or something doesn't happen on the 4th, but on some other holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, President's Day, some horse shit. How do we know whether or not it's a legit attack, a false flag, or an accident, some nut job doing a shooting? We don't know. Because what do all the truthers do? The truthers, it's always a false flag, always New World Order. There's nothing legit. Nothing's a coincidence whatsoever. So how about that last Air India plane that crashed? It was going up and went down. Oh, matter of fact, they said that the pilot's seat malfunctioned while it was taking off. His seat slid backwards. Thus, his hand was on the, pushing up the throttle for the engines, and it pulled back some shit. That shit really does happen, but I'm sure that's agenda too, right? Nothing's a coincidence. Accidents happen outside every day. Planes crash. None of those are coincidences. It's all part of New World. I mean, stop it. Just stupid horseshit. Oops, I forgot what else I was going to say. I did a list here. Richie's video is 20 minutes long, or 21. Let me get this right. 21 minutes long. He mentions 13 different topics. 4th of July bio attack, mentally, spiritually prepared, 9/11, alien invasion, Israel versus Iran, Israel false flag, New World Order still testing. They're still testing. Matter of fact, that thing that was coming down, he said that was the rod of God coming down to land. Well, he's done all sorts of videos showing those SpaceX rockets coming down to land in reverse and calling bullshit. So why isn't that bullshit? Because in this narrative, in this video, it fits the propaganda. Anyway, Israel false flag, New World Order still testing, rod of God, military eclipse machine, geoengineering, the Pope, they're trying to take out the firmament, and he was at the border and nothing happened. All them things are 21 minutes. I know his sheep would say, oh, he's being thorough and covering everything because we're going to have Armageddon come the 4th. No, he's not. Get as much fair point in the video as you can. Cover shit that has happened or has not happened or they think is going to happen, or there's a patent for it, but they never built. It's so on and so forth, right? You want to talk about that's got to be the most nonsensical dude I've ever seen between BitChute and YouTube. And that even passes up, what's his face, Marfugel, because at least Marfugel reports on headlines and he covers, he's a whip too. Marfugel won't go anything near trying to get a strike because he doesn't want to lose his. Marfugel, matter of fact, that dude has a wife, I think 3 or 4 kids, and he makes enough money starting pre-COVID. His wife quit her job because he was a video creator, but he's making big bucks. None of these guys make money. And as I've said over the years, I challenge any of these channels, proof of income. Show us some bank statements. You can redact your bank account number and other shit. Prove what you're not making. Never going to happen because they prove it in their daily lives. They are making massive amounts of money. And of course, let's not forget, Richie from Boston's on his third $25,000 GoFundMe. In fact, let me click on that and see if it's still going. Oh, yep, it's still live. Look. It's at 27,692 right now. What a joke. I want to show this because I find this I understand it, but it's kind of goofy at the same time. Not goofy. Anyway, this dude that killed those 4 Idaho high school or college kids, he's supposed to be trying to take a plea deal. Okay, here's his attorney says, the resolution is seek justice for your family. Agreement assures that the defendant will be convicted. And then he says, we'll spend the rest of his life in prison, not be able to be put the families through courts and decades of post-conviction appeals. And then you got one of the parents saying he's furious over it. They want their day in court. What are you going to get with your day in court? I bet dude's not going to get up there. He's not going to get up there and testify. If anything, they'll put him on the stand, and all he has to do is, going by the way his attorney's been acting, plead the fifth, plead the fifth, plead the fifth. What would the parents get out of it? You want what other gory details you already don't know? And what do you want? What do the parents want? Go to jury, convict him so they can get up and read a letter and say their piece on the devastation to their families. Them kind of people don't give a flying shit. I mean, come on, stop it. Plus, waste all that freaking how many millions of dollars they've already wasted. Oh my God, his attorneys are making some serious bucks off this guy. You know, his parents. Almost 3 years of this now. Oh, I'm going to end with this last thought. Let's say we had world peace. I don't mean going back to the 70s hippie days and we're all love and joy and free sex and drugs and all that good stuff. Let's say all the wars end, everybody signs peace treaties, and here in the U.S., just in the U.S., the New World Order ends. No more agendas. Left and right, the Republicans and Democrats are getting along. You think that's going to solve anything? We are innately born with anger and hatred and jealousy and all that, and then you get those Christians that think that without the Bible, there's no morality. Going by their own Bible, look back in those days, God was the worst. Their God of the Bible was the worst at anger and hatred and killing people. And again, take those virgin girls and their gold and their gold and silver and their flock. You can have the sheep and flocks too. But I mean, just so retarded. I mean, anyway, I think I'm going to end this here.